Oh, it even has a crack. Oh, did you see that steam, guys? Oh my God, the steam. Today, like I said, I'm going to be making my mum's favorite sambusa recipe, and we're using prawns. So to begin, we're just going to start with the frying of these. So you just need a bit of olive oil in your pan. My prawns are actually frozen. You don't have to use them frozen. You can use fresh. 1 whole thing of onions I've chopped up finely, and just going to add those in with them. Begin to give it a fry first. Coriander is more typical for sambusa, but my mum always told me to add in basil, something that she learnt in Oman. I think because in Oman they have really nice fresh basil. So you chop up your coriander and your basil like super fine, like you can see here. So just adding that all in. Also chucking in some chili. Again, I've cut it up super fine, which is really important. And now you want to add in your spices. This is like the most important part. So this is my homemade baharat. It's a mix of mainly cumin, cinnamon, black pepper, coriander seeds, cloves. You know, whatever baharat mix you use, you can use in this. So I'm gonna add in about a tablespoon or so of this. So guys, look, just to let you know, I just added in the garam masala, and because it's a powder, it literally absorbed all of the water, and it's just going. And so now, like, it's starting, my pan needed a bit more oil just to keep everything moving. And then this is my little secret, this one right here. Sumac is what my mum taught me. She was like, sumac is the best option to add into this. It has that tangy, lemony flavour. And then lastly, your salt. You don't need a lot of salt because the sumac and the baharat all pack a lot of salt. And then you need to take it off the heat. I'll kind of show you. And now you just need to leave it to cool to go to the next part. Tip 1 for your sambusa. When you get your pastry, okay, keep it wrapped up in a wet cloth when you've taken it out of the freezer, because it stops them from drying out. If they dry out, when they fry, they're just gonna break open. So we always use 2 pieces of pastry, samosa pastry per sambusa. You don't want one, no one wants a thin sambusa, and you want it to be quite thick, because the thicker it is, essentially, the crunchier it becomes. You're gonna need a glue, which is basically flour and water, and you're just gonna put it on the tip of your pastry, right on the edge, and then you take another pastry and you basically glue them together. So then you've just got one long pastry. I've got my filling right there. Okay, so you take one corner and you have to bring it over to the other side, okay? And then you have to then bring it back over to the other side. So you're constantly wanting to go edge to edge. When you bring it over to this side, you'll create like a pocket. And in that pocket is your chance if you want to add in like a bit more filling. And then you want to tightly, you've got to hold it here at the bottom. And you want to tightly just push it over and bring it to the next corner. And then you just keep wrapping and wrapping the little corners here and here. Okay, you need to make sure that when you're wrapping, you're tightly closing them up. If you can't see inside, then you've got a good sambusa. If you can see inside, that means it's gonna open up when it fries. So I've put some flour all across there, my flour paste, and that's simply it. So to do a little mini one, just cut down the middle. And this is great because this pastry is what I love. It's so strong, you can pretty much do a lot with it. So look, making a tiny one, I've cut this one in half, but we're gonna glue them anyway. Wrapping it up, quite small. Look, in comparison to me, it's really small. Now we're gonna fry. So you are gonna need vegetable oil. Now, this is the most important lesson you all need to learn, okay? Do not turn on your oil until you've put your sambusas in. We want room temperature oil. Cold oil creates like a layer around the sambusa, and then you can fry, and then it starts to fry them with hot oil. So then the hot oil can't really get inside, but just enough can get in to fry the inside layer. Because the longer it takes to cook and to go brown, the better it is with the crunch, because essentially you've given it more time in the oil and in the heat. You need to make sure that you're constantly turning these so that they can like brown evenly. Okay, so mine are already starting to brown. We don't want them too brown. You just want them golden. So shake them off, give it a little shake. And there we go. Look, we had 2 perfect ones that have come out. They're just literally golden. There we go, guys. We literally have a perfect sambusa. So this is the best pastry to use. However, if you're gonna air fry or you really want to oven bake because you're being super healthy, use the Switz pastry that comes in squares, and it's just slightly thinner, and it will also be great. So lovely talking to you all. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon.